Good morning, guys! This morning I have some big news to share with you all, and I'm happy to announce that I have matched into a program in general surgery. I will be moving to Seattle and I am so excited. So just a little bit of explanation for those of you who may not be very familiar with the system. In the United States, when you graduate from medical school, we go through this match process, which is different from just applying for a regular normal person job. But basically we apply to all these programs and then we go to interview at them, and after the interviews we make a list of the programs that we like from the most desirable to the least desirable, and then the programs do a similar thing with the applicants, and then we plug it all into a computer and the computer will match us up. So hopefully the applicants and the programs who ranked each other highly will be able to match together. And it's a very stressful, anxiety-provoking process, just as any job hunt process would be. And it's absolutely surreal to think that I will be training to become a surgeon at the same point of the year. Next year, I'll be doing cases like on my own from beginning to end. It's super exciting, and I'm really excited to be able to document this journey and share it with you all. So I finished cardiology last week and it was pretty good. I actually really enjoyed working with the fellow and the residents and learning cardiology, I guess. We also had some interesting cardiothoracic patients. Today I will be starting surgery capstone, which is basically a month-long course where we will hopefully feel more prepared to be an intern starting in July. It's about 7:30 right now and my first class starts at 10:30. We're just doing an introduction and then we're going to have a lecture on placing orders. So for now, I'm just going to work on my research project and some onboarding for my new job. Just need to figure out how to get an NPI number and eventually DEA.
There's some gas in there and they swallow the barium, and now I have an air-filled column with barium coating the outside of it. And so now I've got two forms of contrast that I can tell you.
Hey friends, I have not been vlogging nearly as much as I had wanted to. It's just been a crazy 2 weeks after matching and starting capstone, and then I also am happy to share that I have found a place to live during residency. Yeah, it's just been a lot between finding house and meeting up with friends and keeping up with capstone. I'm also working on a couple research projects that I'm trying to wrap up. It's just been like a crazy 2 weeks. I feel like everyone is getting ready to move on to the next step, and here I am trying to finish medical school still. Anyhow, capstone has been super fun so far. We've gone over common calls that surgical interns will get, kind of like post-operative fever, how to work up an MI and a pulmonary embolism and things like that. And yesterday I actually got to put on my scrubs and we went into the OR. It was really cool because the scrub techs took us in small groups and then we practiced like gowning ourselves and draping patients and reviewing what all the instruments are called. During medical school, at least at my program, we weren't like formally trained on some of these things, so it was nice. We've gone over a bunch of other stuff too, like how to give an effective handoff. We kind of reviewed some chest tubes and central lines. Yeah, like I think it's been good. My favorite part of capstone so far has been these test pages. A nurse will give us like a mock page and then we'll answer it and like practice communicating with the nurse about next steps and like, you know, practicing gathering relevant information if they call you with a patient problem. And I've thought that was super helpful. To show you guys these books that my program gave me for residency. So the first is this Marino's little ICU book. I've just heard it's super helpful for going into the ICU. They also gave me this Pfizer ABSITE review, which a lot of general surgery residents have for studying for the in-service exam, and I'm just super grateful that they considered us and helped save a little money for us. So I feel like I just mentioned to you guys that I really need to be working on research, but I am so tired from looking at the computer screen all morning. Basically working on putting together together a monthly budget plan and hopefully it'll work out. Yeah, I honestly haven't had to think too much about financial goals. Growing up, my family was very much like the mentality of save as much as you can. So I had a lot of life savings that I had accumulated before medical school, and then I was using that to pay for my living expenses during med school. And you know, obviously we don't have much income during school, but now that I am about to make way more money than before, and I just want to be financially responsible and like set some goals for myself. So now I'm going to be spending some time with my Kindle, and currently I am reading American Dirt. It's about a woman whose husband was a reporter, and then we know that somebody in the drug cartel like came and attacked their family. So she is currently on the run with her kid. I've really enjoyed reading this fiction book. Yeah, The Hidden Life of Trees was a great read, but I'm definitely excited to have a change of pace. Hey guys, just got home. I had dinner with my good friend Brienne and watched part of a movie, Molly's Game, with my friend Nathan. It was really sweet to have some friend time. I can't believe it's already been 4 years and that we're all kind of going our separate ways, but I really hope that we'll stay in touch. Hey guys, so I've been feeling a little bit on the discouraged side this weekend, but I was reading my Bible and I'm reading Galatians. Where is that joyful and grateful spirit you felt then? And then there's a footnote below it. It says, have you lost your joy? Paul sensed that the Galatians had lost their joy of their salvation because of legalism. Legalism can take away joy because 1, it makes people feel guilty rather than loved. 2, it produces self-hatred rather than humility. 3, it stresses performance over relationship. 4, it points out how far we fall short rather than how far we've come because of what Christ did for us. If you feel guilty and inadequate, check your focus. Are you living by faith in Christ or trying to live up to the demands and expectations of others? And then there's another question where it says, as important as change in action is, can you see that God may be desiring different changes in you than in others? I thought it was just encouraging to read this because especially in this transition time, there's just like a lot to keep track of. I feel like, you know, there's a lot of things to do to get ready to move to Seattle and establish my new roots there, and at the same time I'm trying to finish medical school strong and like do a good job on the projects that I started and am wrapping up, and then also getting ready to say bye to my classmates. This just reminded me I am God's child and He loves me, and that's enough. Even through the inadequacy and feelings of doubt and loneliness that I sometimes experience, like He's there with me through all of it, and I just need to remember Him. So anyway, I thought that was a really nice reminder and came at a very timely moment.